Okay, hello and welcome back everybody. This is going to be week 2 of the faction votes for Total War Attila. Instead of doing a separate video, I'm going to basically announce the winner of faction vote 1, which was for the Viking Forefathers DLC. We had the Danes, the Geats and the Utes. I'm going to go from 3rd place to 2nd place to 1st place, so obviously the winner will be the last one I called out. We had in third place with 17 votes, the Utes. In 2nd place, the Danes for 23 votes, and with a whopping 39 votes we had the Geats. So the Geats are, if I remember, they're kind of on the islands next to Denmark and obviously below where Sweden are. I've got some unit rosters for the Geats, and the 2 specialist units they have got are spearmen units, Thrall, Spearmen, something else, and obviously they have a lot of the standard units which all 3 factions get, Nordic Raiders, Brigades, etc, etc, but their 2 specific things are spear based units. So enough of that, we're obviously going to start on the 3 factions which I'm going to have for the 2nd week. This 2nd week is going to involve factions which are in Horde mode, which is basically the new feature that they have. They're not going to have any settlements first of all. You start off with armies, you can get them to go into encampments and you can basically get them to move across the map. I assume how it's going to work is, the one that I've seen on stream was the Visigoths. Basically you have your faction objectives, and they will tell you where you should really go to settle, like they did in history. So for instance, our first faction here, we've got the Vandals. Vandals are obviously a Germanic peoples who live in, well, Germany, duh. But historically they went through towards Austria, into southern France, to Spain and even to Africa. So potentially your main objective for the campaign could be to obviously emigrate all the way to Africa and then settle there. I don't actually know the unit rosters for these guys. I've even looked online, I couldn't find anything. So again, bear with me with the Steam overlay for this. It doesn't seem to record outside of desktop capture for some reason. It only records in game. But the Vandals obviously are more skilled at raiding, surveying worlds, search for lands to conquer and control. And the initial placement in the campaign presents them with tempting options. Situated just south of Germania, bordering territories held by the weakening Western Roman Empire, they're well paced to threaten the old wolf's largely undefended flanks. Obviously they're pretty much going to be like the Swaby, raiding, strong berserker units, that kind of thing, melee based with obviously some horse units, lighter cav, maybe some heavy cav. We'll have to find out obviously on release day. So fortunately I don't have the rosters for this, we won't know until nearer the time or even on the day of release. So first pick is going to be the Vandals. The second one we have got are the Allens. These guys are going to be situated, again, migrating horde mode people. They're going to be situated in the Black Sea. We don't actually know what's going to be around there, minus I would assume the Huns are going to be to the north, so we're going to have to move very quickly. Oh, here we go. Yeah, even the Alani wavered in the face of the Huns and the relentless pillaging that followed in their wake, so obviously they're actually near the Huns. Beginning near the campaign edges of the Black Sea, the Allens lie perilously close to the heartland of the Huns. Born in the saddle, these warriors are peerless horsemen, but they also understand the value of the charges and are adept at keeping them alive where the odds are stacked against them. In the photo, you've obviously got melee troops with the warhounds, but obviously, like they said, they're going to be kind of like the Huns, where they've got saddle war horse troops. The Huns probably actually conscripted in history the Allens, I would assume, while they're obviously migrating towards obviously the Eastern Roman Empire. So that's another quite interesting one, and that is going to be for vote 2. And last but not least, we have got the Visigoths. You've got 2 factions for these, you've got Visigoths and Ostrogoths, but because I've seen the Ostrogoths on stream, I thought, you know, we'll do the 3rd one as Visigoths. These guys are going to be obviously situated in the Eastern Roman Empire territory, and you're going to be trying to sack and pillage that area and then maybe move westwards before you can settle and then move back maybe to attack. As the campaign begins, Visigoths find themselves in Macedonia, with many choices before them. Head north into unknown hinterlands, strike locally and arouse the wrath of the Eastern Roman Empire, or raid westward and take advantage of the weakening Western Roman Empire. The people accustomed to taking what they what the world offers, the Visigoths rarely go hungry, and it acts a heavy price on any factions that annex its tributary states. And again, all we know from the photos, these are probably spear horsemen, maybe skirmishing horsemen, etc, etc. And they are another horde on. So this will be running up to next Saturday, just like this previous faction vote. And I hope you get the ones that you want. This is going to be for the second Let's Play, and next week will be for the bigger factions, which will be like Romans, etc, etc. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye, and get voting.